So, what this is really about, what humanity is experiencing, is they're experiencing what feels like it's the near death and the reckoning moment of people saying, wow, if death were to come, would I be a man of courage and integrity and knowing I gave it my all and showed up? Or, when that death does come, would I fight valiantly and with courage and know that every child, every arena I entered with this is my responsibility, these are my memories and my effects, I'm causing these effects. Right? So, am I lighter than a feather on the scale? Am I the breath? Could I sit and sit with just my breath and my fighting will while I provide for my kin and my family around me? Would I accept me being pardoned from this realm and set back into an infinity loop? Because at any moment, my security and my ability to not go into reaction and fear, but go into responding with clear drive, attention, clarity, and focus on outcome. And know that. Just know that. Know that. Can I sit when anger and something else arises and make it have a profound, productive effect? And when it comes down to it, do I have that partner, that co-creative aspect of me that I can sit there and say, I gave it all for the responsibility of what we could bring together, not for each other, but for the ripple, right? When I drive in that vehicle, be my body, as I traverse these lands, do I have the pride to say, I move on from this environment because my standards and my worth are more than this? When I get in that vehicle, sometimes I have to switch identities and be able to play the game, play the part, speak the legalese, enter smoothly into the work environment, and state my claims. Just the frequency speaks, but I gotta be anchored to my source and my next actions, my next results of, okay, am I playing small? Am I allowing the trauma to define me? Or am I not? Am I accepting that I'm not this finite creation? That I'm the new mold that is stepping into? Oh, I've got to be working with some children next soon. So, and I'm going to be writing too. So there's going to be writing and teaching and teaching kids about language, how to do outlines, to know all the English terms even I learned in high school and how they relate to everyday life, but also including fallacies where I go into certain environments and I teach my children about how people try to subvert their will and imprint on them, and that majority of people are bending to the comfort and I want to be the nice guy in the environment, right? So that's all I had to say about that. Listen to nature, follow nature, replicate and learn from nature, and acknowledge the resistance and the constraining of the body. And when the body's indicating something to me, there's a change in external environment approach, or I need to address emotions that could cause foreclosure and lockdown and shutdown, so that I can gently not overstimulate or basically stimulation is like, it's like taking the resistance and being like pressing it into nothing until it basically supernovas and is nothing. So it's like pretending the resistance isn't there and just fighting even the fighting. Resistance is what you're resisting, is what you're allowing to persist, and instead of shifting into the necessary lowered, difficult state of I gotta surrender some pride and have my actions and my intentions have more effect than my words and my hanging around, right? Because when I'm hanging around people and hanging out in areas, those tend to be areas where spirits are coalescing, and they're beginning to see the habitual pattern in the feeding of those people, or the feeding of me. It's like anticipating me coming around again. So thank you for this. The powers of 369 are profound. So get your current and focus on becoming neg entropy in as many aspects of your life, and make sure you're conductive, and you'll know when you're spinning at a wobble, because you will match with someone else who is also at a wobble, and it will conflict you to either stand up to it and change behavior, or to be okay with submissiveness and just like, oh yeah, it's okay, I'll get pushed around. Or like, oh yeah, it doesn't bother me. It's love, man. It's all just love. No, that's the distraction, and that's the guise, right? The guise, or the filter, or the GUI, the GUI over the reality. So peace, and even if you're not at peace, at least I hope you're moving towards thrust and finding your momentum and your self-acceptance, to know that this is a fight and we're all in this, approaching this unity, this cohesive pattern, where if I ricochet and send something your way, I trust that you'll be sending it back by your intention and presence, but also that if you need the help, I'll be around to get you into the frequency that you need, so that when I ping it next time, it comes back. Woo!